So I was saying, I'm Claudia. I'm the director of international for Moorpark College. I've been in the States, in California, for about 20 years, and I love working with international students. So one of the things that I do want to talk about today is the difference between community colleges and universities. Usually, our international students want to come to the U.S. to attend a four-year university. So we're going to talk about the benefits of going to a community college first. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Moorpark and also the ability to attend Moorpark while going to high school, and what it means to transfer from a community college to a university. So these are a couple of things that I'm going to be talking about today. So the difference between any community college and any university in the U.S. So community colleges are usually a 2-year program, and university usually a 4-year program. So for the community colleges, you send an application, and your application is you're immediately accepted. So there is no need, you're not competing with any students. The community colleges in the U.S. believe that education is for everyone, so the colleges are open to every student. The universities, just like the American students and any international student, you will submit your application, and you will be you have to wait to be accepted. So the difference, the first difference, community college, you're accepted immediately. University, you have to wait to see, if there's space, if what your scores were compared to students from the U.S. and students all over the world. Courses at both entities. So let me back up a little bit. The first 2 years of university in the U.S. is basically general ed courses, general education. So they're not all your the courses that are, for example, if you're enrolling in computer science, they're not all computer science courses. You're going to have to take a couple of classes in arts, history, or sociology, philosophy, math. So there are a couple of different courses that you need to take for those 2 years, and they're the same pretty much for everybody. So usually the students take those 2 courses in the community college at a much lower cost, and then they transfer those courses those classes to the university. So that's what means transferable to a university. So you have the option to take your first 2 years at the community college and then transferring all those classes to the university when you go. At the community college, you also have degrees. So you can get a diploma and you can get an associate degree. For those of you who are from Brazil, and I don't know how it is in the other countries, we used to have a 2-year degree called Tecnólogo. So it's similar to that. So you have a degree for the first 2 years that you are attending a community college. So when you transfer to the 4-year university, you're actually going to come out of there with 2 degrees. You're going to carry over your degree from the community college, and you're going to have your bachelor's degree, your 4-year degree. So that's a plus because, if you go straight to the universities, you have 1 degree when you finish your bachelor's program. If you go via a community college, you have a degree from the community college and then your final bachelor's degree at the university that you have transferred to. And then cost, of course. For the students that are in the U.S., the cost is very minimal for the community college, and that's why everybody tries to go to the community college, save some money, and then transfer over to the university. So the annual cost for students taking 24 credits or 12 credits every semester, which is mandatory for visa students, for F1 students, is about 7,000 a year, and that's not counting housing or anything else. So just tuition and fees. At the universities, that cost can be anywhere from 25,000 and up. So there's a big difference in cost. So that's kind of what makes the community colleges, or why the community colleges are becoming more popular, just for the fact that you can save a lot of money, get a degree, and also when you apply to transfer, depending on the universities that you're applying to transfer to, your transfer is guaranteed. So, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So I'm going to keep going, and then we'll do questions and answers towards the end. So Moorpark College. So Moorpark College started in 1967. We have about 15,000 students. Out of those 15,000 students, about 100 or so are international students. We don't have too many of any country. We have, students from South America, from the different countries: Peru, Colombia, Brazil, Chile, Argentina. Then we have, your European students from Italy, France, Sweden, African students from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Ethiopia. We are very diverse in population of international students. So as far as location, as you can see, we're very close to Los Angeles, Santa Monica, Malibu, Santa Barbara, and for those who want to maybe go ski, they can go to Big Bear Lake. And we're also, it's also within good drive distance to San Diego, a little far to San Francisco, but the location is perfect. Never too hot, never too cold. It's just good California weather. So again, just quick facts: 15,000 students, 100 plus international students. We do have scholarships for all of our students, not for international students, when the students are enrolled in class. So no scholarships before applying. So once the student is enrolled in Moorpark College, then the student can apply for the different scholarships. So some students get, $1,000 here, $500 there, and that helps with their tuition and with their costs. One of the things that we talk about our international students, all students, but our international students, is that we encourage them to work on campus. International students are eligible to work on campus. So we kind of, encourage the students after their first semester to work on campus. They can work about 20 hours per week during the semester, and during the summer about 30 hours per week. It doesn't pay a lot, but it helps. It helps with the expenses, helps with some pocket change. You want to go to the movies, or some of your shopping, etc. And we have over 50 associate's degrees available. So students can choose, and I'll talk about the most popular at the end, but students can choose from business to computer science to nursing to optometry to chemistry, biology. There are many, many degrees that the students can choose from. And then we have partnerships with universities in California. Some are public universities and a couple of private universities that once the student finish their program at Moorpark, or finish the amount of credits that they need to transfer, we have a transfer guarantee program. The students will have to meet the minimum entrance requirement for those universities, but the students don't have to wait in that big line to transfer. So they will apply and be accepted. So that's one of the good things about many colleges in California, community colleges, have that partnership, not only Moorpark. So I'm just going to be talking about the ones that Moorpark has transfer opportunities with. And also, one of the things that people don't know, and it became very popular now during this, COVID times, when technology sometimes work and sometimes doesn't work, is that the students can be in high school in their countries. So you can be attending high school in Brazil, in Vietnam, in Chile, Peru, and you can take classes at Moorpark at the same time. So if a student, let's say a student is in their last year of high school in their country and they're thinking of, going to the U.S. and going, for example, to UCLA. So the students can start talking to a counselor or an advisor at Moorpark College and start taking classes. What classes can I take so when I transfer or when I'm accepted at UCLA, I can take with me that are part of my first 2 years. So usually we recommend enrolling in 1 or 2 classes, but some students enroll in more classes. So if you're home and you're about to be in your last year and you're interested in taking a class in the U.S., you can take it from home. So this is something that will count if you're if you're thinking of going to another university. Sometimes it might even count to a university back in your country. And this is something that we can all talk more about it if you're interested. But it is a possibility, and we have a couple of students that, for example, we're going to do a high school program in the U.S., and because of COVID, they couldn't come. Now they're taking classes, college classes at Moorpark, so that they will have missed the high school opportunity, so that they can continue college classes when they come to the U.S. And those classes are part of your transcript. You take them anywhere you go to. And these are some of our popular programs. So, like I said, business administration, computer science, engineering, mechanical, electrical, electronics, so the different types of engineering, biology, chemistry. We have a very popular film and television program. We're very close to Hollywood, so our arts department, whether it's film, television, theater, works very closely with some of the studios in Hollywood. So we have partnerships with them, and sometimes we make costumes for them. We do makeup, so we're very connected with some of the studios in Hollywood. And another program that's very interesting that, for those maybe thinking of doing a veterinarian program is the exotic animal training and management. Moorpark actually has a zoo inside of Moorpark, and we have a lion. So what we do is, as part of one of our many animals, we train the students how to become trainers of animal, and the program is popular because we have a lot of parks in California, so the students can, the graduates can work in parks and recreation, and also because of the studios again, we train animals. So when you go to the movies and you see, the dogs well behaved, or elephants, or whatever the animals may be. So we work with, training the students how to train the animals. So it's a very popular program in case anybody's interested in animal training. And then here are a couple of the universities that we have a transfer guarantee program. So the University of California system, any of these universities, the students can transfer to. So, Davis, Irvine, Davis is in San Diego, Merced, Riverside, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz. There are a couple of others. I just listed a couple of the ones that are people know more about it. And we also have Cal Lutheran. It's California Lutheran University. It's a private university, and they actually once the students graduate from our college, the students are accepted into Cal Lutheran, and they have a very scholarship. They have a very good scholarship program for our students, and a couple of programs at UCLA. So if you are interested later, you can, after we, get information, exchange information, I can talk to you guys about on the link of the TAG Transfer Admission Grantee Program. So over there it shows all the universities, what you need to do to transfer to those universities, and etc. So this is what some of the students do. They come in, and after their first semester, first year, they say, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do, and help me transfer, and we do that. So now I just want to talk a little bit, because I know there are a couple of questions about, COVID-19 and the visas for international students. So right now, students continue to apply for any college and university in the U.S. We have I-20s that we can issue. However, our college and many of the colleges in California and universities are not operating under what we call the normal mode. So if we're not doing normal, the students cannot come to the U.S. yet. We're hoping that things change by the end of this year, and that at least, we have a couple of classes that are on campus, that immigration will let the students come into the country. At this time, all of our students that are in different countries and have applied for an F1 visa or have their I-20s and are not able to apply for the visa yet because the consulates are closed, or cannot come into the U.S. because they are in initial status, or which means first-time student in the U.S., they're taking online classes. So hopefully, we'll have better news for spring, but if not, everybody's welcome to enroll, apply, and take online classes with us, and wait for, the borders to open. So this is kind of what we call our Raider walk. Raider is our mascot, and this is, kind of takes the students everywhere around the campus. And I have a video to show to all of you of the campus. It's an overview of our campus, but before I do that, I am going to let Junior speak, and if you have questions for him, you can put it on the Q&A, but I want him to kind of share with all of you his experience at Moorpark, working at Moorpark, being now part of the student government, and etc. So, Junior, your turn.
Thank you, Claudia. It was a really good presentation. So, being a student at Moorpark, you really have all the tools that you need to succeed. So at Moorpark College, when I got there, I was impressed on like the amount of things that they are and the amount of opportunities, because we have all sorts of degrees. So if you're interested in film, if you're majoring in engineering, if you decide to do anything related to criminology, we have all the degrees, we have all the classes. We have the TAG program, which I participate. And yeah, it's really good. The college is beautiful, and there's a lot of job opportunities on campus, which are really helpful, and they help you start getting experience, which is going to be really helpful when you transfer to for your university, or when you start getting internship. We have an internship office, which helps you get internships and help you get work. And participating in the clubs, we have a lot of clubs. So if you're interested in film, we have a specific club. Not only the major, we have a club of students who organize and like go on meetings. We have African American studies clubs. We have a math club that I'm just creating. And Moorpark College by itself is such a great experience, and you get to know a lot of people, and it's because it is a smaller community college, is not such a big one. You feel like you feel like you're home. You feel like you are in a place and like you are part of a community. If you go to like a bigger university, it looks like you're just one more person. But when you go to a community college like Moorpark, you really feel like you are part of the community.
Right. Thank you. And just to share the background that Junior has
Yeah.
beautifully set behind him is the library. We have a beautiful library with the views of the mountains, so it's really nice. So thank you. We'll wait for questions at the end, and I'm going to share with everybody. Hope it doesn't kick me out. The overview tour of Moorpark. So give me a second. I'll share my screen and. Hopefully. All right. I think, can you guys all hear me? Okay. I lost your sound, so I'm going to take off my.
Okay, can you hear us now? We can't hear you now.
Can you guys hear me? No, huh?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Definitely.
But I can't hear you.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
think I can hear you guys now. No? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, we're good. All right.
Okay, we got there in the end. All right. So, there were some questions from the registrations beforehand. I'm going to ask you a few of them now. I think most of them you did cover in your presentation. There was one that came in just before actually the webinar started. What is the most popular course that you have at Moorpark?
Oh gosh. We really don't, it really depends, you know, for international students, they usually come for any of the engineering programs. Then they come to, I think, business, and engineer can help me if anything different, but it's very broad because, you know, for American students, the nursing program is popular, the zoo, the animal training program is popular. So any program is popular.
I think so, but you know, some people like specifics from international students.
I know it's because community college is very different. So, you know, some of the students come and they just do those classes to transfer. And then they get a degree in between. So it's a little bit different.
It's a bit more complicated. There's actually a question in the chat actually asking from Geraldine. Could you please repeat the tuition for international students and wondering how much that would be?
Yes. So, and I think the question was also if you can do it, if I can study from home. So the tuition for international students from home or in country does not change. So it's still about 3,500 per semester. The difference is that if a student is in the US, the student has to take 12 credits. If the student is studying from home, then the student can take, you know, 2 credits, 3 credits. So there is no mandatory amount of credits for the student to take. So if the student wants to spend, you know, $900 to take 1 class, that's up to the student. I hope this helped with the question.
Yeah, I think.
And we'll send the student some information.
Yeah, I thought you would anyway. After the webinar, you will get all the information from Claudia as well prior to the end. We have another question about extracurricular activities. Obviously, right now with everything COVID-wise, how would that be going forward?
Well, right now the activities are on hold. So right now we don't have, we have very minimal campus activity, but when we are in session, then, you know, there are the different clubs that Junior mentioned. So we have, you know, arts clubs, we have photography club, we have different cultural clubs that it's free for the students to participate, and they have activities. In the international office, we do, you know, integration and engagement. We go bowling, we go to the movie theater, we go to the mall, we visit the different universities so that the students can, you know, learn about the universities in the area. So we take them to those universities. And then other than that, the students can, you know, go to the gym at the college, you know, or participate in sports or volunteer and participate in the choir or music department, art. So once the student is there, there's so many different options. So.
And are there work opportunities for students on campus?
What was the question? The work opportunities?
Work opportunities.
Yes. Yes, so the community colleges, and it's something that people don't know. We encourage all of our students, whether they are international students or domestic student, or, you know, the American students, to work on campus. That gives them a little bit more of a hands-on experience. So let's say, you know, if a student is studying engineering, they can work in, you know, attempt to work in the engineering department, but it might also be good for the student to work in the financial department so that the students learn, you know, a little bit more about finances and how things work in the US, in case, you know, once they finish their education and they want to have that 12-month work opportunity in the US, then they have more experience. So students are always welcome to apply, and we encourage them all to get jobs.
That's great. And what support do you have at the college for helping students forward after their college experience?
To do what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
What supports do you offer the college itself for students after they leave the college?
Once they leave the college?
Mm-hmm.
So the students, once they, so two things, right? The students can transfer. So if the student wants to transfer, before the students transfer to university, we start working with the students so that we can counsel and help them transfer. Every student that finished the program, they have the right to OPT, which is, work in the US for 12 months. That's by immigration. So once the student tells us, hey, I'm not going to transfer immediately, I'm going to take a break and I want to work for a year in the US, we take the student to our career center, and then, they work in finding, helping the student find a job so that they can have that hands-on opportunity before they transfer to the university. Students can also, in their last semester, students can also do what we call internship or externship. Could be paid or non-paid. It's part of a class, but the student has also the opportunity to be in a company working or being paid or non-paid. It really depends on what the student wants to do and where the student wants to go.
Okay, well, thank you for all of the answers to the questions. I think that's it at the moment, as you did cover pretty much all of them in the presentation.
Okay.
I just want to thank you and Julia for your brilliant presentation, and of course just informing students of what the opportunities are. Of course, this is going to be sent out to everybody tomorrow, and I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you all for being here with us.
Bye.
All right, bye.